As we get older, we absorb less. As we get older, we absorb slower. But you can reverse that. Look, I get that nutrition's complicated. Why? Because everybody in the industry wants to sell you some shit that's the latest, greatest thing that's going to help you lose weight. So of course they make it complicated because they make you feel like you need them. You see, look, I get messages like this from Gary. Hey coach, been watching your videos. Thank you, Gary. As soon as I hit 40, I noticed that things started to slow down. Wait till you hit 50, Gary. I was riding long, riding hard, but I was taking longer to bounce back. Then I watched your video and I realized I need more sleep. That's the point, Gary. However, I was still struggling with recovery. And then I realized that you mentioned about muscle loss as you get older, along with many other things that made me laugh. Thank you, Gary. But you hit the nail on the head when you talked about spending my pension before I've retired. Yes, and that was reference to stimulus rather than recovery. Everybody's good at doing the workout, but very few people are really good at the recovery. You see, everybody's dominated by the stimulus. We're almost stimulus addicted. And when it comes to tracking calories, watching what we eat, it's boring. And most people don't do it. But you don't need to do it if you just have a common sense approach and listen to less of the noises out there and follow the understanding of the science. As you get older, your metabolism slows down. As you get older, you're going to lose muscle tissue. As you get older, your capillary network is shrinking. You've got to fight to stand still, and I'm going to help you with that. But if you don't recover, you're making no progress. You're just going to actually slow yourself down. And you need protein to do that. Why? Because it is the little building blocks, the amino acids that join together that rebuild the thing that you're breaking down with your training and with life. Yes, it's about protein. So let's keep it super simple. Let's help Gary and let's help you. Let's start with tip number 1, okay? How much protein you need. You need to understand that 1.5 grams to 2 grams is the set standard, okay, of how much protein you need per kilogram of body weight. So how much is that? Well, a 70 kilogram rider is going to need somewhere around 112 to 140 grams per day. You see, the thing is, over the age of 40, things start to slow down. You've noticed that already. Yeah, over 50, they speed up. Over 60, they get faster. But you can reverse that. But what slows down, coach? Well, your ability to recover. Now, what does that mean, though, when people say that? It's your ability to resynthesize proteins. The proteins have been broken down from the workout and from life. To resynthesize them, you need to have the protein as the rebuilding blocks. It's like putting premium fuel back in your system. Without that, you're going nowhere. So the harder you work out, the worse your recovery will get because you're placing more stress on your system and you haven't put the fuel in the system to recover, you fanny. Why do that? Because I'm addicted to the stimulus. I love the workout, coach, but I just don't like eating. I'm going to put weight on. No, you're not. Not with the protein, okay? Not if we do it right. But this is every single day. Not just on ride days, not just gulping down that protein shake after the club ride and thinking that you're a superstar because you've got local legend on a route on Strava. Come on, get real. Where are we going to get the protein from? So it's okay to have the volume, now we've got to get the source. And what you've got to be thinking all the time is high quality protein. What does that mean, coach? Well, not all proteins are the same, but we'll come to that in a second. But remember, as we get older, we absorb less. As we get older, we absorb slower. As we get older, we're not so good once we've absorbed at resynthesizing the protein. So we're basically taking on and rebuilding is slower. Yeah, you've just hired the slowest builder to build your extension on your house. Should take somebody a week and it's taken him 6 months. Not all proteins are the same. What does that mean? Well, whey protein, for example, is incredibly fast absorbing protein. So if you're an older athlete, you're looking to supplement, whey protein is the way you go. If you're plant-based diet, you may then look at things like pea protein and soya. Your muscles love them, but you don't have to be on a plant-based diet to take those products on. So here's what I do, okay? So let's keep it nice and simple. My daily routine. There are extra things I throw in, but don't just follow me. Research yourself, okay? So I have Greek yogurt, packed with protein, packed with probiotics, and I'll have it 2-3 times a day. I eat a lot of fish on a daily basis. I don't eat red meat. No, I'm a fish eater, and that's where I pack my protein out. I also take on eggs, not every day, maybe every second day. I know there's egg haters out there. Oh, it's full of fat, coach. No, it's full of amino acids. In fact, it's got every amino acid that you need to rebuild your proteins. Yeah, remember those 9 essential amino acids? You've done your homework, haven't you? But I also throw in nuts. I eat a lot of walnuts, cashew nuts, almonds. These are really important to my daily diet. Also each day, I do supplement with a powder protein, a whey protein, because it's absorbed faster, yes, take my time with it, but that helps me. But I also use meal supplements in between meals. I use particular brands that just allow me during the day to top up with my protein. But that's my routine. So I plan my protein rather than plan my meals. Do you do that? It's a really simple way to stay on top of your protein. And for me, it becomes habit, it becomes regular, and I have consistent pillars of the same things, and then I change things around, okay? And I look forward to having that little bit of experimentation, cooking a meal, researching another product. It's fun, and it's fucking common sense. I don't need an app, okay? Tip number 3 is the mistake that most cyclists make. You must spread your protein out during the day. Sounds like common sense, doesn't it? But this is all common sense, okay? Because most try and get it in one meal. Okay, you pack it into one meal and you think that's done. You can't do that because your body can't process huge amounts of protein in one sitting. So here's my secret. You spread your protein intake over 4 to 6 meals, not 1 to 3 meals, and you're looking at 20 to 30 grams of protein every 3 to 4 hours. This will give your body a chance, okay, to perfect the perfect fuel and repair system for your muscles. It just works, but it takes a little bit of hard work. You're gonna understand as you get older as well, your absorption efficiency drops, but everybody has less than 100% efficiency for absorption. The best we can ever hope for is about 85%. So that means eating a meal and thinking, well, I've got all my protein from that. You haven't. You've got an efficiency deficiency, okay? So this is getting confusing, coach. It's not, because what you try and do is you aim for 2 grams. I told you to aim for the top end, and by doing that, you're going to at least hit the bottom end, that 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight during the day. But by having the meals spread out during the day, you apply a strategy that works with your nervous system. You finish that long ride, don't take a protein. Don't take a shake, don't take a meal for 2 hours. What you need to understand is your body is in fight or flight mode. You need to flip it into rest and digest. Now that's not possible all the time, but by doing that, you increase the blood flow to your gut. So you increase the chance of absorption getting closer to that 80 to 85%. And you do it by taking on solid protein. Good, high quality, solid protein. Not your shake 20 minutes after the ride, flexing your biceps because the neighbour's out watching. No, that's all bullshit, okay? Leave that for the marketing experts. Allow your body to flip into rest and digest. It works, but it takes effort. And that's why nutrition marketing experts target you, because they know it's hard, because you've got to create these habits. Oh, the workout's easy, but it's the recovery that's not. But 4 to 6 meals a day also helps you manage your calorie intake, and it helps your metabolism. It helps your metabolic response as well, because too many people don't eat enough when they ride and they eat too much when they don't ride in one sitting. Yeah, you can't process it. I would strongly recommend that you experiment. Maybe take a week or 2 to plan your protein. Then start practicing with different foods, different viscosities of foods, see what works for you, and just see how you manage it in the day. Try that relaxation, really trying to dial into eating in that rest and digest mode. Let me know how you get on. I'd love to know how it feels after a few weeks. But remember, this is common sense. It's common sense, but it's hard work. Because it's easier just to grab and go and just do something off the cuff and do it tomorrow, coach. I'll get my workout done first. Don't become a stimulus, I was going to say prick, but addict, okay? Because the recovery, that's where the magic happens. Yeah, the workout alone is not going to get you any fitter or any stronger. Popping around the screen somewhere is a video about supplements or non-supplements. Could you be getting all the supplements you need in the diet but you're already eating? Or you are after this video, for sure, okay? Anyway, look, until the next time, you stay safe, keep spinning, keep smiling, and I will see you in the next video, because you are following and you will get that next video because you've already subscribed, haven't you?